Oh, hold on. Manitouk's asking me, wait, before I start for real, Manitouk's asking me some question about this mission. He keeps sharing me free money missions. Manitouk, you're a team player, bro. Which should I share with you? I have 2 completed. Let's see. It's for 15 million. Does that help? I'm cutting all this out.
This is quality podcasting right
I'm
here.
cutting all this out. Anyway, we could actually start though, right? So
No,
I think.
no, because both of us are here. We can't really start.
Yeah.
that's right.
I mean,
yeah, I mean this really complicates the mystery of how I can't remember what it was. We were secretly the same person, or if we just hate each other. Was it that we hate each other now?
Fighting.
We're
Yeah.
fighting.
We already know
we're
you're
fighting.
a sound engineer. You just mixed this.
I synthesized all the voices. It's actually
yeah, you're doing all the voices
the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, you just recorded separate tracks and mixed them in.
It's funny you gave yourself the nickname Mommy. That's just weird.
Okay. All right. So this is October 21st, 2021. And I'm Commander Jay on Tracks, living proof that the same old Elite Dangerous game that we've all loved for years is still here, just waiting for you over in Horizons. And this is the Loose Screws podcast. I'm joined this week, miraculously, by Commander Chig.
Hi, how are you?
Good, I think. Yeah, we're all having fun here. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm playing this thing called Odyssey, actually. So
What?
I don't know what this Horizons thing you talk about is. That's just
okay,
weird.
Odyssey.
Odyssey. Weird. Okay. Maybe we'll circle back and find out from Chig what that is. Dubs is also here. How are you doing, Dubs?
I am also playing a game called Odyssey.
Oh God! See, I thought we were a one-game podcast. Anyway, Lieutenant Commander Data is here.
Hi, I've been playing a slightly different game. I've been playing Sequoia.
Oh,
it's where you fly around in little tiny ships around an installation, and you die and respawn, and you get killed by a Chig and respawn.
I thought that was called Arena.
Like
Sequoia.
Also here, Commander Nurgle.
I'm playing this odd game called Horizons.
Ooh.
Not to be mistaken with Whore Island.
Yeah, completely different.
Totally different thing. All right. So, anyway, so this is the Loose Screws podcast. We're going to talk about Elite Dangerous and all of its forms, apparently, and
at some point, and so I'm lost. I've already lost. We haven't even started the show. Let's find out what everybody's been doing for the past week / however long it's been since you've been on an episode. Chig, what's new? What's shaking?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I switched mics while you were talking there. So. My bad.
Short-term memory issues.
Over to you.
Your red light's on. Go.
All right.
It's a podcast, Chig. We talk about the game we play.
I've been playing Odyssey. I've been plant gunning like a madman. I should be elite here within another week. Playing CQC as a squadron. We're trying very, very hard to actually get a medal for the squadron, which we've never gotten before. We're currently sitting in second place.
To be clear, we've never done before on PC.
Oh, yeah.
True. Yes. Oh, yeah. We did get a second place twice on PS4, didn't we?
At least once.
By single malt Scotty, yeah. Well, I think, or was it third last season, and then they got second this time, maybe? I don't know. I lose track of these things. But yeah, so we've been making a concerted effort. A bunch of us were on the other night. Volt, Nurgle, Data's hopped in there. Trax was in there. Pepper Grinder, I think, was in there. Jello Wigglers hopped in there. Yeah, I mean, we've had quite quite a few of us going. So we're making a good effort. We're having fun with it. We got a new channel on the Discord just for CQC where I just tell people if I'm going to be queuing. I'm always saying I'm queuing if I'm queuing in Horizons, though. If I'm out plant gunning using the in-game queue, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm sitting in queue, because I'll sit in that queue for hours.
You might want to mention the title of that channel. It's kind of hard to figure out what it's about.
CQC is what it is.
So it's not called Arena? How do I find this in the game? So I'm looking at the menu right now, and I see solo, I see open, I see private group, and I see arena.
That's pronounced Private.
Private.
Private. It's French.
And I see arena.
Yeah. That is actually CQC.
Is CQC a private? Yep. Oh, okay.
No. That's another genius thing that FDev did, is they gave one mode 2 different names for no reason whatsoever. And whenever they talk about playing CQC, they always call it CQC. But to get to it, you got to enter the arena. So I don't know. It makes my head hurt. I said I had a headache when I first logged on here. Now you're making it hurt even more.
So depending on time of day, the number of players changes. But it's good that there's at least bots in that mode, right? To fill in the empty slots.
Shut your hole. Shut your hole. There are no bots. Everybody's wanted bots for years. Even just to practice or to learn the arenas, because there's 4 different maps. But no, you cannot go into that unless another player's there to murder you or for you to murder. So yes, it's only PvP. There's no way around that. It's the longest grind I've seen in any game ever to get to the top rank. I've been working on it diligently for 2 freaking years, and I'm about 70% of the way there. It's nuts, actually. But thank God it's a ton of fun. And we will be playing more here. Probably a couple nights a week we'll get a group of people on. So anybody who wants to get into it, come play. And if we get, full 8 people, we'll play some team deathmatch, or we'll play some capture the flag, and it really, it'll improve your piloting skills. Crash is talking, he wants to get into it because he wants to learn how to fly better. Dubs is such a crap pilot. He should probably get in there more often and learn how to fly.
Yeah.
And he's
quiet. If you get in there alone with Chig, he's a good sport. He'll kill you enough times to secure his lead, which he would get anyways. Whether he'll maintain the lead, but then he'll let you have fun.
Yep. I actually last longer if I just run out of bounds.
Sadly, that's true.
Pilot.
But yeah, that's it for me. On a weird note, my daughter came home and they're reading the Odyssey in English class right now, so that was kind of interesting. Just throw that out there.
Nice.
Random thought of the night. All right.
Beautiful. We're saying, and I can't remember how much of this was on the show or if this was in between and stuff like that, because of how many of our game sessions is like roughly this crew just in a Discord chat room. So I sort of podcast and real life blends together. But anyway, the various suggestions that exist, and we know that FDev knows about them because they've been in communications with CQC Discord and stuff for relatively simple things that could have a tremendous impact on how many people play CQC, like calling it the right thing in the menu, offering arcs at all, or perhaps more importantly, yet a separate weekly arcs cap for generating arcs, because that would, that or increasing pay, like actually giving you credits in the game. Any one of those things would wildly change how popular CQC is.
The other night when we were talking, I don't think I mentioned it on the show, but when we were playing the other night, I mentioned, even if it was just another BGS bucket, just a small bucket even, but you get squadrons to fill that bucket if they could get a little more BGS influence somewhere, somehow. I don't know, just anything that, like the arcs thing, it doesn't have to be an additional 50 bonus arcs a week. People would hop in just to get those bonus arcs each week. So that BGS thing is I think a taller order, but I think that's really interesting to imagine. Like what you were saying, I think was it's supposed to be a sport in the lore, right? It's a simulation sport. So if this was a sport and the various
factions, like if you were associated to a faction, or if the squadron you're pledged to was associated to a faction, then you could put your faction into like boom state or like, public one of these things where it's like a BGS state that has something to do with how like just totally amped and jazzed about life the people in the faction are. And it could like influence things like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
this
something
is silly, but
anything. Everything we do is silly. So yeah, makes perfect sense.
Very good. Okay. Dubs, what's been going on with you, mate?
What little time I had, I was on the struggle bus trying to collect mats on the ground for those fucking engineers. Fuck those guys. Pain in the ass.
Why?
Well, I got to do it eventually, so I figured I may as well. I've been working so late, coming home. It's like, all right, I don't have a lot of time, but I got enough time to get on there, land of the little planetary port, grab some mats. Every once in a while, I'll accidentally log into Open and find some other dude there who starts shooting at me immediately for some fucking reason. They just can't fucking contain themselves. So, Commander Decipher, you almost got fucking murdered yesterday. This dude starts shooting at me with what I can only assume is a level 1 submachine gun. And I was just like, all right, bro. I just stood there. Didn't even have to worry about it. I did the whole little the crouch thing, like, hey bro, stop. Hey, I'm a friend, stop. And he just kept shooting at me, and then he ran into a room and wouldn't come out, so I just cut the panel, buzzed the thing open, and he started shooting at me again. I was like, stop. I will murder you.
So I guess that's the answer to why you need the engineering mats, is so that you can stand there while some level 1 person tries in vain to kill you.
Yeah, it's like, my guy, this suit is maxed out. It's G5'd. I'm not even here to hurt you. But yeah.
But I will.
He was about 3 seconds away from just being splattered all over the wall in that little fucking room.
That's awesome. You're nicer than me. If somebody opens fire on me, they better hope they can stop shooting they better hope they're either stronger than me or they stop shooting before I kill them, because I'm not gonna let up.
I don't know, but that's literally all I've been doing is gathering mats. Like, I'm currently hunting down financial projections to unlock. I don't even remember which one. I just know what I'm looking for. I don't even know the name of these engineers.
I gotta tell you, I do not want anything to do with financial projections unless I am determining how much real world money my real world investments are going to make, and I'm not playing a video game. Whew.
You just go in and you look at the data ports and you don't find anything, and you think about, like, just, you know what? If there was a self-destruct option for my foot suit, I would do it.
Yes, your head explodes. Your head explodes.
It's like the collars from Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is bullshit.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's interesting though that you do the on-ground engineering, because that's what I've been thinking about too, is you're going to have to do it eventually, because we're probably going to be fighting aliens and stuff on the ground, and that sounds like it'll actually be a lot of fun compared to
it's
shooting now.
I feel like it's even worse than the OG engineering, because y'all have heard me bitch about that,
definitely.
how it's like you have to do it or you're not competitive. It's even worse here because it's like there's not even options. It's like, hey, just upgrade your suit. It's like, all right, with what? Like, no, just click the next button and bring me 80 graphite. Like, what? Why?
As I said, so
playing with it.
Plus, the mods themselves, it's not as well. I mean, it's straightforward in a sense, isn't it? But once again, here's the non-Odyssey guy is going to talk about this. But like, the attachments and things like that, like, can't be changed. And
once you choose one, that's
you don't
it.
like.
But it's not like regular engineering where you get to choose, like, oh, I want overcharged, or I want lightweight, or I want this. Like, no, you just upgrade it from level 1 to 5. And if you're not level 5, you may as well just log into solo and collect mats, because you're going to die, or you're just going to stand there and shoot at some dude while he stares at you.
Yeah, I feel they missed an opportunity. Once again, FDev missed a big opportunity. They should have had this on-ground armor stuff, like a classic MMO where you're looting armor pieces from people you kill. And then it would have given you a reason to go kill people and collect, increase your armor, get better guns, all that stuff. Because everybody you're killing is wearing armor and carrying guns. You could have had that as loot. I don't know. Just a thought.
Like the Guardian Sentinels that drop Sentinel weapon parts and things like that.
Something along that line, yeah. But then again, I don't know. Full
that is
pieces and stuff.
I also want to know why I have to engineer. Why do I have to have a special engineering modification for people in a vacuum to not hear my rifle go off?
Oh yeah, that bothers me.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Go ahead, Data.
Go ahead.
I haven't felt the motivation like I need to do a bunch of upgrades. Like I've found like grade 3 suits and put a couple mods like on the scavenging suit for backpack storage and better battery. But like for combat and these, like I've just been doing like low intensity ground CZs, and maybe that's why I haven't felt the need to do it. But I can do well enough in those.
Art is managing high intensity CZs. I'm not sure how upgraded his stuff is, but it can't be that bad because they don't have enough time to play on those on their like demo accounts to actually build them up, right? Or do they just hack them into being?
I don't know.
You don't really need the upgraded suits for like the NPCs. They're pretty pathetic. But for example, like you know how the single plasma sniper round takes out your shields. They're fucking gone, and then the second shot kills you. Well, my shields can take 2 plasma shots, and my body can also take 2 plasma shots without dying. But I've already drugged myself through gathering the mats to fully upgrade a Maverick, a plasma sniper, and a plasma pistol, but they don't have any of the engineering on them because the process to unlock the actual engineers is almost worse than the process to upgrade the suits because of, I guess, just the RNG of getting these special things.
And if you can up on the topic of the powerful weapons, if you can get like a couple, I don't know how upgraded the shotgun has to be, but if you can get like 2 of the pellets to hit somebody, it'll kill them in one blast because one pellet takes their shields out and the next kills them from one.
On a grade 5?
Talking about the shotgun one?
Yeah.
Good to know.
I don't know. I haven't used it. I just used the plasma sniper. That's like literally the only one that I use. There's no reason to use anything else.
Same. I think I saw an Astro video on the shotgun. Of course, he'd upgraded it a lot, so that matters.
Those are basically all. When I briefly had Odyssey, I had the Executioner and whatever the Enforcer or whatever the shotgun is. That was the pair.
Yeah, I don't want to have to go collect 80 of one item just to upgrade a single thing.
That's dictated by RNG on whether you find it or not.
Anyways, I think we're wasting too much time bitching about the on-foot engineering.
Yeah. Why do people tune into this show if it's not for this? Okay, Data. How's it going? What's been up with you, sir?
I've not been playing this week. It just worked out that we're watching that new Netflix show, Midnight Mass. We're like a little over halfway through it. It's really good. Really good.
I don't know that one.
Horror series. It's a limited series. The same guy that did like the Haunting of Hill House show.
That was good
on Netflix a while back. Yeah, this is really good. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, I recommend it. It's a good Spooktober series.
Nice.
That's been it. I got into CQC for a couple matches, being a pinata for Chig this evening, and now I'm a
Chig yada.
I'm apexing around trying to get lucky and find some nice equipment that's already been upgraded for me.
Good luck.
Good luck. Nurgle, you've been busy. What's up?
Not much. I actually got a chance to play some this week. Work has not been continuous clown car music, so life is good.
Just momentary bursts of clown car?
We had a little bit of clown car earlier in the week, but it's calmed down. The clowns have gone back into hiding, so yeah.
Super.
I imagine it's more like the ice cream truck when you hear that jingle going down the street.
It's the big top music. Clown car coming in.
Just get to watch it go by.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't stop. Unfortunately, sometimes it does.
Right.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, Tracks?
Yeah. For me, I did get to play. I can't remember what day. I've had a couple of nights here where I had some short times where we got to do basically just working some BGS stuff when we popped on and did a stream at some point this week, and I can't even remember what day. If it might have been Sunday, a while ago. And we've done some more. We've done some random mission running stuff, and now I'm just sitting here staring at this. I just can't tear myself away from this exhilarating conversation, so I'm just staring at the station menu instead of playing. That happens to me a lot. I don't like to.
Yeah.
I can barely keep it together when I'm not playing anyway. So, but yeah, just I did get into CQC that night when a lot of people were on, and that was fun. And I think I got to start changing up my build. I had this build that was a lot of fun, not using lasers, and I think I got to switch. Everybody's using lasers, and they're all beating me. So I think I'm doing something wrong. I like that rapid cannon. You can leave it with 0 pips and weapons. It has 0 power draw, which is fake and wrong, but cool. But it's not killing people fast enough. It also has like the lowest damage output. Hey, you know what I noticed actually when I was poking around in CQC builds is the pulse laser has more power draw and more damage output than the burst laser. That's not right.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness in the game.
They just so the burst laser is the sort of lowest draw thing for lasers anyway. So they just switched it around for no reason.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, that's
cool.
pretty much
rules
it.
Are made up in CQC.
The rules are made up in this entire damn game. I mean, seriously.
Well, yeah, they are. All right. Anyway, yeah. So that's our thing. So let's talk Squadron, shall we, everyone? Yes.
Yay!
Yay!
Incoming priority message. Squadron briefing.
All right. We have an expansion that should complete tonight or tomorrow at the latest. We're pretty sure where we're going to go. There's only one open slot, so unless something weird happens, we're going to go to a predetermined location. We're fighting a war to solidify control in 6 Andromeda. I think we're up 1-0 at the moment. We are fighting a war in Timor. Unavoidable little bit of rhyme there.
War in Timor.
War in Timor. We seem to be floating around and just constantly recycling wars because that's not a system we control. We're a guest there of another player faction, and we probably need to generate some distance between us and some of the other minor factions to prevent that from reoccurring. And we are currently building up our influence so that we can fight for control in 7 Andromeda, and I am being interdicted. Okay. What I get for playing while I try to talk.
Kill him, Virgo.
And then we've got a couple of other little BGS projects going on right now. We've got some local geopolitical engineering we need to work out. And we've got all of those detailed in the standing orders post in the BGS section.
Radical. Okay. Lots to do. Relatively calm actually right now.
Now that's how you do it with an attacker right there. 2 overcharged frag cannons and a high-speed pass and finish them off with a ram on the same pass. That's the way you do it.
There you
the
go.
Way you do it. We're actually right now is actually a relatively calm BGS time. We were kind of frantic there for a little while, and I think we're going to try to consolidate a little bit and stop all the crazy. But every time we say that, the crazy finds us anyway. So who knows?
Cool. All right. Thanks. So the next thing, actually, I wanted to ask you guys, because I don't think this is going to come up. I
Was not at the show last week, was I? Did you guys talk about the fleet carrier discount?
Not that I remember.
Okay, I did listen. I didn't remember hearing it, but you never know. So did anybody take advantage of that? I know, several people I know got their carrier for the first time. I, for one, happened to have an opportunity like when Thursday lunchtime and hopped on and just sold off all my services and rebought them at a discount. I didn't take the step of actually trying to decommission my carrier and see if I could get a discount on the whole hull, but because it takes so many days to decommission. But I got a little payout for that. Anybody else messing around with it?
I know a lot of people traded out their modules. And of course, we got some new people who got carriers for the first time, but I don't know if anybody who decommissioned.
Yeah. When I looked at it, it said that it was going to take 5.6 days to decommission. And I know that's variable based on like when you're asking it and when the tick is going to turn over or something. And I was just a little worried that was going to end up being a lie, or that like it was going to leave me with like 1.5 days to do it. And what if I wasn't actually sure if I needed to have the carrier in the system to, I don't know. I was just worried about it, and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna mess around with this."
So could you tell? Was it discounting the upkeep costs also?
Upkeep, no. I kept seeing that float around, and I kept trying to say like, I am like so certain that the upkeep is the same. My upkeep just charged me as I sat down tonight. It's the same as it always is, and I don't know why people thought that. Exactly. But the actual cost of things, like I did them right there. I compared them to what it says on the wiki for what they normally cost. And they were all definitely 30% discounted, which is many millions, by the time you do it all over. I actually installed some services that I'd never installed before and then immediately suspended them because I don't actually need them, but, buy them in at a discount. It's like, the redemption office and the outfitting and stuff that I don't really use, but thought every once in a while it was useful. Like apparently I took my carrier out somewhere one time and people were unable to, they can ride on my carrier, but they couldn't bring other.
Right. If you don't have a shipyard.
Oh, no, you can, I have shipyard. You can bring other ships. You can't bring modules that aren't on a ship already. Or even if you could, outfitting. You actually couldn't go to outfitting on my carrier to change them from one ship to another. So I really like hamstring Dubs one night when we went out to go hunt bugs, flew out to the nebula, and he couldn't move things around, like Gauss cannons around from one ship to another because I didn't have outfitting. So now I have outfitting. It's suspended, but I can turn it back on. Do you have to be in an administrator system to turn those on, though?
No.
Can you just do it?
Turn them on and off anywhere.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, then this won't happen to us again. Yay.
Yay. I just leave the turn on.
Yeah, I know. You're so great, Dubs. You're so
just
awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, you should try to be like me.
I'm just trying to save a few million each week, man. Damn.
How much does that really knock off by suspending outfitting?
Enough.
A few million. Yeah, I mean, what do you want? If I had them all on, I'm paying something like 18 million and change per week with what I have on right now. If I turn them all on, like it would be what, 25? Of course, I don't have the black market, so it would be less than that, but it would still be like 22 or 23 probably.
I want to say it's 27 because I have everything turned on
for everything.
But I mean, it also changes depending on how much you jump, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole right, but that's always like less than a million or so. It's not. That's not the big.
It's 100,000 per jump. Yeah.
There you go. So like that's like 9 million that I'm saving every week compared to your cost. It's not nothing. Give me a break. Sure, I can make that in a few missions, but like whatever.
How many avocado toasts is that? Let me get up real quick.
It depends who's making the avocado toast.
Yeah.
So apparently there was an exploit where you could buy like ships and modules to stock your outfitting service with
at a discount.
And I guess you could return them for full price.
That must have been it. They very quickly suspended that part of the discount program, just the stock for those. So I can only imagine that was basically the error.
I would like to know like how much money somebody made doing that.
That's the kind of stuff though that they reach into your account in reverse.
Oh,
they've done that. They've done that before when people have found like a money exploit.
A fertilizer. I heard about that.
Right.
That one.
Yeah. That's right. When the ergonomic treatment first went in or something like that. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was fertilizers. Anyway, one of those commodities. But yeah. Sell price was higher than its buy price at the same station. It's trading back and forth the same 1 ton of cargo. That'd be so good. So I don't know. I actually didn't hear about anybody actually doing that or what the fallout was. I only saw the tweet that they had changed it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So next on my list is going to be Galnet Recap. So we're going to try something new. Members of the community will be aware of Jay Barron or Bard or Blame the Bard, who basically is in charge of his own channel, Bard's Lore Corner, where he pontificates and speculates about everything Galnet and lore in the game. Well, we're going to have him as a semi-regular participant in the show, I think, going forward. And he's not always going to be able to be here. Like tonight, he is not able to be here. He's a West Coast person, so 4 hours different from me, and still at work right now. So some days he's going to be still at work, but he has pre-recorded something for me to play, and so we're going to go with that on weeks when he can't be here. So here is Bard's Lore Corner in audio format, and let's see how this goes. I think it's about 9 minutes long, so anybody needs to
crew break,
get a drink or something. Yeah, just that was a note for the crew. This is about 9 minutes long because we haven't done this before. All right, take it away, Jay Barron.
All right, this is Commander Jay Barron from Loose Screws Discord, also known as Blame the Bard or just Bard for short. I will be bringing you this week's Galnet review, and would like to start off by saying this is being pre-recorded on Wednesday. Due to the nature of my job, I don't know if I'm going to be able to join in live, so I'll let Trax know, and we can go from there. So if you're hearing this pre-recorded message, note that I don't know what tomorrow's CG is, okay? So I'll make a guess at the end of this, and if I'm right, we can go, holy shit, the Bard was right. Or we can all say, well, boo this man, he was wrong. Without further ado, let's jump in. We're going to start with the Federation's arrests of its citizens for wrongthink. Folks are being arrested, labeled as terrorists for not committing any crimes. They just are extremely disgruntled with the government. Would also like to note that we don't know exactly where these arrests are taking place, and that's kind of important to know if they're coming from within Hudson's own sphere of influence or Winter's sphere of influence. That would give us a better telltale as to who's disgruntled with Hudson, because it's most certainly Winters who's disgruntled, and so is Congress. But if citizens within Hudson's own sphere of influence are starting to go, this is bullcrap, he's got some serious problems, which makes me think this could be some sort of false flag and maybe took place in his sphere of influence. Hudson has proclaimed that these extremists were from Jupiter's division. They wanted revenge for that. They were planning to attack Congress. I think that's a load of crap. I do think that it is possible they could be from, Jupiter division sympathizers or something like that, but directly attacking Congress, I doubt that. Most fledgling terror groups go after, like the NMLA, starts off with softer targets before moving up to more extreme tactics. Even during the 9 Martyrs with NMLA, they only bombed that many starports because their leaders were in a different location. Implications in tin hattery aside from that, they were softer targets at that point. So Jupiter extremists going directly after Congress when everybody's there looking and watching, no, that's probably not going to happen. If anything, the terror is going to start on the megaships, the ones that are actually doing the spying. Once those start burning, then we'll know there's something going on. And if we think that's not possible, that they don't have, the assets for it, well, they do. I mean, nothing's out of the realm of impossibility, especially if these Jupiter extremists use the same technologies as NMLA with the caustic stuff. So those assets very much exist. So keep an eye on that. Next thing we talk about on the list is the recent Scrivener harassment. So the Scrivener Dredger clan, the megaship that they're on, is owned by the Orion University. And the Orion University has decided they want it back after 200 years. Okay. So what the Orion University did is they just decided to suddenly launch their own megaship, brand new one, to go get this old one back. Because reasons. I don't know. Because reasons. I really don't know. So this is going to play into the CG that I think might be coming up tomorrow, and we'll be able to get into that later. We will be coming back to this in a little bit. Don't worry. Next topic I want to talk about real quick is the Winking Cat mystery. Now, this is a pretty cool side plot, in my opinion. Really, really do love the Wall Glass Investigations by Gunnarsson and Wolf. Eric Gunnarsson and Francesca Wolf. Love this stuff. But they don't seem to call on independent pilots for help, so pretty sure we're safe from this one. But I cannot wait to see what these two uncover, if anything, with the Winking Cat. This rabbit hole probably goes into some of the deep history of the Winking Cat and some of the misdeeds that the cat's undertaken. So, yeah, I can't wait to see how that unfolds, if it does, or if they just pick up on something else. We'll see. Last thing on the list to go over is Hadrian's starport. It's still damaged, so it's not in the repairing mode. I'm not in the system to check to see if it's still burning or not, or if everybody's been saved. It is definitely still hurting and still on the map, showing as it needs help. So that's kind of the latest on that I have right now. And well, final thing, and this is getting into the point of the CG, the possible CGs. Go ahead and start off by saying we're still waiting on the second phase of the Colonia Bridge project. As if everybody would recall, the first phase was the Megaship phase. And there are 3 phases to it. Don't know what the other 2 phases are, which could be starting up again tomorrow. So phase 2 could start tomorrow. I don't think it will. They might hold it off for another week. And the reason I think they're going to hold it off for at least another week is the Scrivener clan. So let's talk about that real quick. So the Orion University is sending their own megaship out. They want to get their dredger back. Fine. Could this possibly go? Well, if this does turn into a CG, it could work as a sort of pirate event. So folks with megaships jump into the system. That's where they can refuel, rearm, and all that, and repair, and then go to the Scrivener dredger and shoot down the Orion University pirates trying to attack the ship. Now, that would be really cool and really fun for a unique community goal, but I don't think it's going to happen that way. Why not? Because the Scrivener dredger doesn't have a cargo hold anywhere, doesn't have a fighter bay anywhere, doesn't have landing pads anywhere. So if you're going to have people trying to physically take over the ship, you need a place for them to board. Doesn't look like there is one. So it's not likely that would be defending the Scrivener megaship. What could be that? Well, it could turn into a search and rescue for Orion University. Scriveners unleash whatever torrent of mysterious technology they have and destroy Orion University's megaship. Now, what kind of technology could they have? Don't know. This is from the same plot line of the Adamastor and Hesperus. So, who knows what kind of technology they have? Could we even expect to see some unwelcome and yet familiar quote-unquote faces in that system? It's not impossible, I would say. We don't know. But that's actually going to be my guess, is that it's going to be a recovery mission for Orion University of saving whatever people they can off of their megaship, or finding out what's going on there for the community goal. And then if I'm wrong, well, then I'm wrong. But if I'm right, then I can't wait to say I called it. But that's going to do it for this week, and talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, Jay Barron. And I'm going to go ahead and say right now, yeah, wrong, but not yet, I think. I mean, something like that's coming. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yep. Was the CG launch today was actually delivering goods to the new Zemina Torval company's megaship.
Yes, a CG that is placeholder in everything but name.
Sort of a redo of one that already happened, I think. Same reward and everything. So it's,
the internal name for this CG is Stall for Time.
Yeah. and I mean, that's like what I expected, right? Because what are we doing here? We're padding for time because of the console release, basically. So
yeah, and a delivery CG could be just cut and paste.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Any other thoughts?
I want to hear from Salvation. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Bring back Salvation.
What's the big reward for even doing this, CG? Like, why should I care?
It's a long-range mining laser.
Woohoo!
Oh boy!
Yay.
Again, why should I care?
I don't know.
Mining. They killed mining. Hey, FDev, y'all killed mining.
They deleted mining.
All but.
But now you can do it from a farther distance away.
Yeah,
so.
you can now do the dead act of mining from a farther distance and still earn nothing. Congratulations.
In all seriousness, it is I guess it's a size 2 long-range mining laser, so it differs from the Lance in that way. Don't know if that means it's like a lot better or something, but
that means it's more than twice as good, because there's no reason literally to ever mount a size 1 laser for mining.
Yeah. Not worth the power it sucks up.
No. You'll get less chips off of the rock.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that's not great. Cool. Yeah, well, I think this is, what do you think, guys? This is cool, right?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole our fun new thing that we
yes.
used came into fruition.
That's a great idea.
Yes,
I thought you were asking about the CG. I was like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you guys are not enthusiastic about our new segment here.
No.
Jay Barron, great job.
Yeah. Enthusiasm for the CG? No. Enthusiasm for Jay Barron? Yes.
Oh yeah, because that's the thing, is we're always sort of like drawing the short straw for who's going to go over Galnet, because it's like
none of us keep
we
up
could
with
just
it.
read it. Yeah, we can just read it like, okay, I guess. But
So
he
you just handed
like,
the short straw to Bard? All right.
Well, he's into it, and he does the fun speculation, right?
Yeah, we've been talking about having him come on and do this for seems like months, and finally. We get him to do it, but he couldn't be here. So then we recorded it and put it in, which worked great. I liked it.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So this will be a thing.
And for those of you out in podcast land who are not members of the Discord, he's got his own channel where he does this all day.
Yeah. This is basically like he's basically reading his own channel back. So that's why this is perfect. He's doing this anyway.
You're missing out on the memes if you're not in the Discord.
Oh, yes.
That he posts with each story.
True. So you got to get both sources.
I think we should make Data describe each meme that was posted during the week.
Okay, just his job.
Just describe it.
This one has a nice color palette.
That's good podcasting,
yeah. It's almost as good as describing ourselves playing the game.
Oh, man.
Okay, so next up, some dev news. Why is my boost is like not responding until like the fourth time I click it? What the hell's going on?
It's a rhetorical question, or are we supposed to be troubleshooting?
Pip management.
I'm going to say it's your RGB settings.
Definitely.
Yeah, gotta be.
You always say that. I'm starting to think that's not actually a real thing that affects anything.
I might not know what I'm talking about. I mean, that's entirely possible. I am pretty stupid.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
You have to clip that and play that frequently.
Yeah.
Pretty stupid.
I set myself up for that one.
Note time.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so next up, dev news. So on Tuesday, we had a Supercruise news featuring Solo Zach. And I tuned in for that one. The entire chat immediately started commenting about how he was by himself. And honestly, I think he was a little offended. He played it very cool. And he sort of joked that, like, if that's not good enough, he can just turn off the stream. He went very like, I'll turn around this car right now with it.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, leave him alone.
I don't know Zach personally, but I was watching that and thought, I think he's a little miffed, and he's putting us in our place for that. So anyway, it was actually a pretty cool stream. I sort of feel bad now for saying actually just then.
In fact,
whatever. It's in fact
for a change.
What's in the past is in the past. There wasn't a whole lot of news, but we got to see some things that had been teased, and so the stream started off with a guest, Dominic Corner, who is principal programmer and gameplay lead on Elite Dangerous, and he talked a lot about missions and how they're created and what's coming soon. Did anybody else catch the stream?
No,
I've seen most of it. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah,
I you kind of get to see how the sausage is made a little.
Yeah. There was some charts and stuff like that they displayed some sort of on-screen, like what do I call it, like behind the scenes sort of assets. So these are like, there's sort of like a flow chart of how a mission's organized and the different choices or actions that can be taken at different points and where that will lead to as far as like rewards and stuff is concerned. Or failures.
Yeah. It seems to me they're have set up a really deeply branching way of doing, I don't want to call it quest, but that's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
To be maybe do multi-stages and have different branching options based on what you choose. I don't think it's real clear how deep that rabbit hole goes, but it's a neat system.
Well, I mean, this is the existing system. It is what they are using. It's just also it kind of expanding a little bit, and that's another thing that they got into is how some things that are going to be coming in Update 8 and probably continuing again after that will be sort of expanding on how they can tie into other things. Like, for example, the assassination missions, there will be a possibility for the target to flee. And if they do, they will cause, like if they make it to their ship, that'll cause failure. And then if you're doing something nasty and you get caught, you could be pursued by ships once you get to your ship. So it's not just the danger isn't going to end when you leave the station if you're
wanted by that faction. So things like that. That's, I get the impression what they were sort of meaning when they said that they were going to start creating more tie-ins, right, between Odyssey and not Odyssey, between on foot and on ships. So,
and
how many times
new mission types? New
missions. Are you asking?
Yeah, Matt asking. Yeah.
I didn't notice any of that.
Yeah,
it was mostly just about how it was sort of gonna these extra wrinkles of complexity and a lot of going over like the complexity that is there already. There are things like moments of RNG, like you're going to power on a settlement, and there's this moment where the system is going to decide if scavengers are going to appear or not.
Yeah, okay.
And that will change the possible rewards and failure structures. Right. So,
but the impression I got from that was all missions are still going to basically be either pick up something from this person and take it somewhere, or go to this person and get something as the launching structure. It's either going to be a delivery or a pickup. It's all the branches in between that change.
And you might pick up from a person instead of a cargo container.
Yes. Pickups and drop-offs can be to a person, especially if they're data, I think.
Which leaves you the opportunity to have different items at different steps. So you can take this guy to this, take this to this guy who gives you something to take to the lady over there, who gives you something to take to the guy in another station. They could really chain it like that.
I wonder if they'll ever implement an escort mission where you have to take a person from one place to another, and their movement speed is just faster than your walk, but it's slower than your sprint speed.
Look, they just said they're implementing types of missions where stealth matters, and they don't have any effective stealth in the game. So,
oh no,
let's not go too far with this.
Yeah. I've still gotten bit by a couple of times by the scans, the on-foot scans. Man, if you move after they start to scan you, they'll just shoot you.
So does it still work where you can draw your weapon for just an instant and sort of reset their animation?
I feel like I saw a note about that being drawing more aggro or something like that. Or you can only do it once, and then the second time it'll be an offense.
The second time you draw your weapon, they will immediately turn hostile.
Yeah.
However, if they start to scan you and you pull out your weapon, there's nothing they can do to stop the process. Like, they're going to continue scanning you while you kill them.
Yeah.
So if you choose that moment to just blow them away.
Yeah. Like, you blast them and they're just like, oh no.
While they wait for the scanner to finish.
Yeah. They're waving it up and down your body.
It's a good reason to have that engineered shotgun then.
Yeah.
I murder so many people doing that.
Jeez.
What's the notoriety? Okay. The notoriety generation seeming to be for on foot.
See, I never paid attention to the notoriety generation because I kind of forgot it existed until I was at like 12. Whatever. It was high. I don't remember the exact number, but I was like, oh shit, I have a bunch of notoriety right now.
Oh Lord.
But
okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next thing then. So there's some a bunch of mission stuff that's a lot of fun to watch, and there was this annoying thing where the internet was not perfect with Dominic's incoming signal, and chat was so ruthlessly unpatient with that it got to the point where Zach, anytime it started to happen, he'd be like, "Oh, there's a lag spike." And he'd have to like try to interrupt everybody and calm everyone down. And it was conspicuous. And I felt really bad for him. Like, honestly, everybody knows what it's like when your video calls are buffering. He shouldn't have to say that to you every time. Like, shut your mouths. That was so dumb.
The more you describe this stream, the more it sounds like it was a SNL skit or something of an FDev stream. It just sounds funny.
Is it like something you develop by experience and streaming more? It's like knowing when to interact with chat and knowing when to just ignore it. Like, who really cares what chat's doing? You got to do your stream and interview your person.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but of course it's different for him than it would be for, quote unquote ordinary streamer, right? Where he's representing this company and in this game,
Yeah, and being a community manager, if you're just ignoring the community, you're not really managing it.
That's a bad,
But like after the first time you did kind of say, oh yeah, sorry about that. Like, yeah, I wish my upload was a little more stable. Best we can do. Let's actually talk about the content now. That should have been fine. You know what I mean? Like that's right. The end of that. We don't need to keep commenting on that. Like the next time it happens, you don't have to type anything in chat.
Yeah, like
I have a wild idea for them to use. They use their super admin skills, and they find a way to link the users commenting on the streams. And as soon as someone's annoying or says something dumb, they just boom, blow up your commander. Instant explode.
Instant karma.
That'll work.
That'll go over well.
So next section in the stream, they went over the new Colonia Engineers that are going to be coming with Update 8. He showed some pictures of them and talked about what they have. They are basically going to create on-foot engineering parity with the bubble. Okay, great. There's 4 of them. Yay. 3 normal ones and 1 that does all the specialty stuff. Great. Next, emotes. Emotes were discussed. Particularly shown off was the point emote, because it at least, and I'm not sure if some of the others, but at least point is going to have some actual in-game function besides just moving your character model around. So it actually does like a tag to your teammates, like it marks something on their scanner. So that's good. And the question was asked, they said that it was bindable. And there's also a wheel, so you could bind a wheel. You could also bind the individual emote. And Dominic did kind of pop back up into give Zach a message to answer the question that, according to him, yes, they will all be directly bindable, all the emotes, as well as the wheels. In action, pointing again, pointing
flossing.
Again. And so on.
Are you flossing?
No, just pointing. Nope. Just pointing.
Carlton dance?
Nope, no Carlton dance.
Just pointing.
Well, then what are we doing?
Yeah, what are we
pointing?
We're pointing, yes.
It's just pointing, tagging. It's going to be great. Okay, so next.
My question, Trax, is that enough to get you to buy Odyssey again? Now that we'll be able to point.
Well, I said that I would buy Odyssey when it had proper VR support.
What if they just make the point VR supported?
So let me just paint a picture here and make sure I understand what you're asking me. So I'm going to be there in VR, right? I'm going to get out of my ship and we're going to go to cinema screen in VR.
Yep.
And I'm going to get involved in some combat and I'm going to say to my teammates, "Hey, that over there." At which point my whole reality is going to suddenly become 3-dimensional. And
at the tip of the finger.
Just the tip.
So it'll kind of look like the black hole graphic at the end of your finger. Everything will be warped around.
The gravitational lensing of the whole cinema screen is going to wrap around. I'm actually going to be able to see behind myself if I look directly at the finger.
That's exactly what I'm envisioning. Yes.
Yeah.
You don't follow?
If that happens, I will buy 2 copies of Odyssey. But short of that or them implementing VR support, I don't have any intention right now of buying Odyssey.
Okay.
So
Just checking. I thought maybe pointing would have brought you back.
Looking forward with bated breath to the day that the graphics and everything kind of trickle down to Horizons and we have the remerging of the galaxies. So that I can,
that's coming.
Stop insisting that everybody join me in Horizons whenever we play together. So if and when, I'll feel even less pressure to buy Odyssey because then I'll have the graphics that I miss.
That's
which is the only thing
want.
that's missable about playing in Horizons.
They want maximum pressure on everybody to buy Odyssey.
Yeah. Okay. Emotes. That was great. It was awesome. Yeah. Okay. Megaship interiors. There was a walkthrough video showed what the layout looks like.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, there's that little piece of architecture. Isn't that also in the Outposts layout?
It's very similar to station architecture. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's similar to the stations. It is less cluttered, and there's definitely less sort of comforting furniture and stuff like that around, which they specifically mentioned. It's designed because it's not supposed to be a place to relax. It's not like a station where people live as much.
It's more really industrial.
Yeah, it's just a little sparser, compact, not room for people to just stand around and chit chat, I guess. So, although basically it's just another layout for an outpost, but it could have all the services. You know, they said this thing where services will basically like turn on and off as megaships move around, depending on what system they're in. And I was thinking. I guess I was listening to Lave and they're talking about this, and they were a little perplexed, like how will that happen? How will that work? And I thought, well, surely they're talking about like what's the one where you go to conflict zones? Shoot, sorry, not Odyssey Player.
Frontier
Solutions.
Oh, Frontier,
surely it's that. Like if you're in a system with a war, there'll be a Frontier Solutions, and if you're not, there won't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But apparently it's more than that because things like the shipyard could actually turn off. So you could have arrived at the megaship on someone else's ship, and then the shipyard either doesn't work or gets turned off, and you could become stranded there. And because of this, there is an escape pod on the megaship interior that you can interact with, which will drop you at the nearest safe location, which is like a starport or something.
Now, if you do the escape pod, but then you decide you didn't want to do the escape pod, will you be able to reroute that escape pod?
Yeah, so update 9 for that. Possibly update 10. We're not putting a firm date on it yet.
You can play Tetris while you're in the escape pod.
Right, but they're not adding Tetris to Apex. There's actually a brand advertising conflict between Apex and the parent company that owns Tetris. It's one of these weird things. Somebody owned it back, and then, which 1,000 years, Tetris keeps getting traded around to different companies. Well, now it's direct. It's actually owned by somebody who used to work for Apex, and they have a non-compete clause. So
the Rhine University,
talk about
they own Tetris and
they
the
tried
clan ship.
Yeah, they tried going with Pepperis, but that didn't fly. It was too close.
Wasn't good enough.
Trouble. Yeah, it was too similar.
It'll be a fade to black. I think I heard on Burpit or somebody's video.
Yeah,
Burpit. We're not even going to see anything.
Instantly be at the outpost.
Sounds like it.
It won't.
Yeah.
How long are they going to the black screen? You'll be like, did my game crash?
Just a timer in the corner.
Well, if you want to get to the station quickly rather than flying your ship, you could just. Never mind. I'm not.
Well, you would have to wait for the megaship to move for that. But I want to know under what circumstances.
Well, sorry. Just a second to answer Chig's I mean, you can move quickly, but if you have a ship at the megaship, then you will be just making it so that you have to transfer that ship to wherever you eventually end up. If you don't have a ship at the megaship and you could transfer it there, maybe it would be faster in that case to go back. That's sort of a narrow circumstance, I guess. Maybe.
But what if I'm a terrorist and I want to leave my ship on board on self-destruct, take the escape pod, go to space station, then blow up the megaship?
Now you're talking.
Yeah. All right. We're on board.
Yeah, that'll be a thing.
I
Okay, sorry,
understand.
Nurgle.
That's fine. So, something like, Frontier Services is going to come and go depending upon whether or not there are active conflicts in the system. That's fine. But under what circumstances does a megaship jump to another system and then suddenly shut down its shipyard?
Well, I don't know. I don't understand it
See,
at
I
all.
can't.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that makes no
Reasons.
sense to me. Yeah, reasons.
It does make me wonder. I don't know. I don't know what the hell.
And even in stations, there's always a Frontier desk, even if whether there's a war or not. You just go up and talk to them.
Right. It just
They
won't
say,
be
"Sorry,
staffed.
Yeah,
Sorry, nothing there.
we're closed.
Yeah.
Oh, they are staffed.
Yeah, you can talk to them. They say there's no wars going on. You can redeem bonds. You can redeem combat bonds.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're here twiddling our thumbs, waiting on something to happen.
I love it. That's so
It's
the
just there
opposite
hoping
of
for
COVID.
war.
Yeah, I mean, they say
I'm
like,
thinking like all these places that are like, oh, we're so understaffed because of COVID. We really, everything's taking so much longer to. There's this guy over at Frontline Solutions, like, oh, hey, no wars right now. What's going on? What are you doing?
he's like,
What you been up to lately? No wars. Hey, so how's your Tuesday?
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just yeah.
Huh.
Hey, if you run by Pioneer Supplies, tell them I said hey.
we can hear
Can't
you.
leave the desk for some reason, even though we're closed.
They yell from across the promenade. We're like 20 feet away.
Our game
we're like-
exists in a weird galaxy. That's all I
Well,
can say. So weird.
Yep. Hey, what are you gonna do? Right?
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. Anyway, that's brings us to the part of the stream where they just did community highlights and stellar screenshots. So go check out the Lego and the screenshots. Yay! And that's about the size of it. So what's all left to talk about? I guess we've got our community stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crash. Yes. Plug it.
Okay. First, Tritium Depot. So this was came and advertised back in our Discord a few days ago. Wanted to throw it in there. So there's a link in the show notes for Tritium Depot. It is, I think they have a Discord channel. They have some other things going on as well, but they want us to use this link to find them. Think like fuel rats, but for fleet carriers. Make sense?
Yes.
They're going to help you if you run out of fuel. Cool. So Crash has volunteered / been roped into managing like an events calendar kind of situation for us, because we always talk about how we want to have more community events that are like scheduled and slightly more official, but we're all very scattered and it ends up not happening most of the time. So now, and I've made him a special channel called the Events Calendar. It's an announcement style channel so that he can post some things. First up, we are recording this on Thursday, the 21st. The 22nd is Friday, and there's going to be some fun races going on. We're going to use Pamesh 2C as always in Horizons so that everybody can play. This is for someone's birthday, right?
Bonzo Man.
Bonzo Man. Bonzo Man's birthday, and specifically requested races at Pamesh. So that's what's going on. Details find in the events calendar channel, and look for more of that going on. All kinds of things like bounty hunting nights, Thargoid nights. I really, really looking forward to more, like getting some kind of our own version of a Finance Friday that AXI does, where we can create some massive wings and just really, really make a ton of that good alien money.
Game for that.
Yeah.
Other stuff like that.
Is this like Goid giving to raise funds, or like legit combat with them?
It's giving.
What's not legit about giving?
Okay, so I guess it's legit too.
It's
Yeah,
purely a money-making endeavor where you get to watch bugs blow up fast.
Yeah. So anyway, just to conclude about the events, like go check it out. We're going to do all kinds of things like more official CQC nights, Piranha Squad stuff where we fly small ships into Haz-Res combat, which is awesome in a big wing because it's somewhat legitimately challenging. And anyway, so about the Thargoid stuff, the AXI runs these things they call Finance Friday, and I've not participated in one, but I get the impression that they do them at like a megaship where it's going to be like a permanent instance that lots of people can join, and basically just Thargoid after Thargoid comes in and just dozens of ships. Literally, they have like multiple wings in there and just murdering bugs. With reckless abandon. So that's the money, massive bug murder. So yeah, I'm excited to, I want to try that. Like, because we go out there, like we had a ridiculous night when that stuff was all going on recently in that system where the signal sources were actually POIs. They were permanent. And I just, we were in a wing of 3. I walked away from that with, I think, 180 million in Thargoid bonds.
Yeah.
In my Mamba. Yeah. Like, come on. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
We can buy fleet carriers.
Got those nice shard cannons. But I've missed out on
tried those out.
They're really nice. Be even awesomer in a group.
I think they are sitting on the Mamba right now.
If they nerf the new shard cannons, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, the ones that we got are a nerf from the CG reward.
Really?
The CG reward is actually not allowed for AXI scoring because it has like essentially no damage fall off. It shoots for like 8 kilometers and has 0 damage fall off.
Oh, well, that's just cheating because you can just stay outside of their range.
Yeah, but you can only ever have one. Like there was only one of them ever available.
I guess that's true.
So, but anyway, it's not. If you use that, you don't get your scores counted with the AXI. So, anyway, that's the deal. So, that's about it for the show, right? Guys, anything else you want me to throw in here?
Maybe.
I'll throw a cheese in there. Well, a cheese thing in there.
Yeah.
This one was Soul Ripper put in Chig Chat an article from something called kitchenseer.com. What kind of wood is used for cheese and charcuterie boards? I'm like, okay, this how interesting can this be actually? And you go read the article, and it's actually very in depth. It goes through a bunch of different woods, teak, maple, hard maple, cherry, the different woods, and then links to Amazon where you can go buy them if you want. And these things run from $30 to well over $100. And then after that, then the article actually goes into how to make your own cheese board if you don't want to go buy one, and the process of doing that with everything you'll need to make your own cheese board. Let me see here, like a sanding block, a food safe finish you'll have to put on it, and just all kinds of stuff. I never thought I just take cheese from block to mouth. So
if it's anything like a cutting board, that would make a fine beginning woodworking project for you.
Only Chig would talk about cheese wood.
Or block to mouth.
Or block to mouth.
Never go block to mouth.
Never go block to mouth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how we end the show right there.
And yes, we are 12.
All right. Yeah, so that's going to do it for the loosest and screwiest podcast in the entire galaxy.
Wait! Go see Dune this weekend, everybody. Dune.
Oh yeah, go see
tomorrow.
Dune. We just saw it pop up on HBO.
Our buddy Grover, who lives in the futures, has already seen it. That son of a bitch. But
damn.
Oh, another movie that I haven't seen and I never will watch is The Fifth Element. I'm never going to watch that movie now.
You're never going to watch it, huh?
Turn in your nerd card, bitch.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? How have you not seen that movie?
It's fine. Being as you're not a teenager, I don't think that movie is going to change your life or anything. But I was pretty pumped about it when I was a teenager.
Pretty interested in Misa Jovovich.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what was up.
Seriously, Gary Oldman once again playing another character where it's just every character he is, you forget it's him because he's just such a good fucking actor.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
For sure.
Zorg. So.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks Chig, Dubs, Data, Nurgle for joining me. If you like the show, please give us a rating on your podcast app and find our Discord channel at discord.io/loosescrews and check out our super, super cool merch store, which is over at loosescrewsd.com.
I did some of my Christmas shopping off of there this week.
Did you now?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, don't tell Izzy. Hopefully she doesn't listen to the show anymore.
Izzy, turn this off. Go to bed.
Turn it off now.
Do your homework. All right. That's it, everybody. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Fly loose and fly screwy. Good night.
Walk to mouth.